Danny Frawley, welcome to you, Spud.
Great to be here too, Das.
13 goals as well, Spud, alongside keeping people like the Chief down. 13 of the best they were,
well,
too,
I just
Spud.
had to put that in front of you under your nose there, Das. So, no, they were magnificent kicks. Great to be here. Great to see coming to a game, unlike yesterday, where we're going to see a red-hot contest. Because the Easter Sunday draw for a couple of games, they were great for the Saints and North. But today, you come to a game of football expecting the unexpected.
Been doing some analysis, the Spud Farm. We're going to get to the draw and maybe the gap between the top and bottom six.
I want to congratulate a rookie coach on making the finals later on too, Das.
He's going to declare one, Spud, very shortly. Great to have two of Fox Footy's finest with us. Damo, the 24-hour channel, is back, and everyone who loves footy thinks that is a good thing. But from what I can gather, it's pretty much Channel Spud. You turn on yesterday, he commentated the game in Tassie, he went into his own show with Chief, which is unbelievable, and then a bit of co-hosting on EMT, Eddie McGuire Tonight on Sunday, Spud. 24 hours of Spud it was.
It was pretty much.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened on EMT. I just got the late call-up. And, look, it was a long day. It was a pretty good game. But, yeah, I had probably a fair bit to say, Das, I suppose, on Fox yesterday. It was just one of those things.
We might have a closer look at that later on in the program, Das, because we do need to actually pull apart what Danny did do yesterday, because I don't actually know where you're at anymore.
What do you mean by that?
And I'm not sure you do either.
What?
You've contradicted yourself in the space of half an hour on TV yesterday, and we will look at that later on.
Hey, one late change we've got here this afternoon, boys. Shannon Burns has come into the side. Oren Stephenson goes out for the Cats with that light shower that Chief mentioned
Would
before.
that be the reason, you reckon, Das?
Well, maybe. Enough around on the radar to suggest that you might get a tool out and go for a small. No change for the Hawthorn Football Club. Which
no rain, bright skies
Officially,
coming.
the Cats are saying virus on that one, Das.
Okay, good news there. Our favourite, Jared Ruffhead, will be playing then, Chief, confirmed with no change to the Hawthorn side.
Well, we don't play games, mate. He was named, he plays.
We're building up to the Easter Monday clash.
There's a late change, Das, today, and I believe there's no change in the Hawthorns team, but I think there's been a change because of the conditions. I know Joe flippantly talked about... but
I'm experiencing deja vu, Duke.
Were you listening in the last segment?
What happened?
We might have
gone with this.
Hey, nice to recap. Good to recap those.
And people hadn't heard it.
But I just want to get back to Joe's. Oren Stevenson out, the ruckman, and Shannon Byrne in.
Duke said maybe the conditions resulted in a tall going out and a small
but
coming
I just
in,
wanted
mate.
to back over it again. Just back over it. Because
you're introducing yourself to it for the first time,
a couple of listeners out of there might have been just going to the bar fridge there and get a bit of the...
Just jumped in the car, Spud.
Exactly
important
right.
Information to
and the conditions that you said are just going to be...
It's now sunshine.
Balmy, sun shirt, sunglass type conditions. It's going to be wet, mate. Geelong will love these conditions.
Sun's out.
That just underlines, Danny, my concerns as to where you were at, because we did talk about that in the last segment. But yesterday, take us through your day. You came on air about midday, I think, down in Tasmania on Fox Footy. Very nice coverage.
I'm not going to talk about me day. You seem to know a lot about it.
Watch the St Kilda game. Kept it on Fox Footy. You come on again with the really good show after the bounce.
Highest rating Fox Sports show.
Another good show. And then I saw you again on you're co-hosting with Eddie McGuire on Eddie McGuire's show tonight. So you just need a little bit more. Now, I was confused, though, because on after the bounce...
What's your point?
My point is, on after the bounce, you were glorifying the biff in footy.
Oh, well, that's what we do on that show. We just bring back the 70s and 80s, and a lot of people like to see that. So we have a top five. And
there was a segment, you had a top five, and it was the top 5 best punches ever. So you're pretty happy about talking about the biff. Now,
in the past, that's what used to happen in the past, and luckily we don't see it again. But yeah, that's what I went with.
So you're happy to talk about the biff and bring it back. 45 minutes later, same network, same station. I heard you say this about an issue that had been involved in NFL about bounties being placed on players, and Eddie did a very good job on his show talking about how it was wrong. And you bought into that conversation as well, and this is some of what you said.
Absolutely staggered. I just cannot believe that guy is allowed to be a coach. You don't get respect by hitting someone behind the play. And yes, our game, the 60s, the 70s, the 50s, we had portions of that. But coming here cold seeing for the first time, I just cannot believe that in the year 2012 we've got some imbecile telling players to do that.
Now, that's you last night, about 40 minutes after you were glorifying the punch in footy. It came, as you know, we discussed on last week on the Rub, how you attacked a young teenager playing for Ireland back in 1980 when he was an amateur player playing for the Ireland team against Australia, just hitting him on the back of the head and ramming his head into the ground.
You club a young
You
bloke,
can't have it both
Yeah,
ways.
Lou,
You can't carry on the
Not
way
hard
you did
enough, though.
on a field. You can't
Didn't club him hard
glorify
enough.
punches in footy, and then when it suits you, to then say you can't do it.
Well,
I need
you've
to know
got
where-
me
I need to know
there.
where you're
You've
at.
got me there on a technicality, but I was getting off the plane. I had a few text messages. I was getting the sheet for after the bounce, and I actually put that piece to tape before I went on the bounce.
Right.
So that's why it sounds conflicted, and to be brutally honest, it did sound very conflicted. Not sure whether it's heads or tails or which way I'd go on that one, but that's what happened. And unfortunately, I did the tape to EMT, then I went on after the bounce, and probably you watching that, no one else would have picked up on it. You're a nerd.
I'll give you a scoop, Damo. I'll give you a scoop. You love your news. The powers that be at Fox Footy have been extremely pleased with the work that Spud's doing.
Yep.
I mean, he is.
Oh,
I'm telling you right now.
You're condescending.
No, I'm
It's
not.
Channel Spud, basically.
Mate,
Fox Footy is Channel.
They have
Channel
been
Spud.
so impressed that they're actually in the throes of a new show, DFT, which will follow EMT, which is Danny Frawley tonight. He will have his own show named after himself. That's how well he's going.
He
just
needs
now.
his own clear air.
I
does.
think, I think it'll be dumb.
There is an
FT.
exclusive.
Yeah, no, that's Damo.
He's
look,
on fire. This
Danny
bloke, I'm
Frawley
telling
tonight has got a great ring about it.
It would
We
have
need
such
to hear
a
more
Look,
Spud.
I did get asked to go on the couch tonight, but I'm a bit busy. I'm here, so that's the way it is.
And just for the record, is it better to have punches in footy or not punches in footy?
Well, look, Scarlett did the wrong thing, but there's a lot of people out there would say Ballantyne probably deserved a little clip, just a clip.
I think Spud's more aligned to whacking blokes because he spent his
But
whole
if you
career.
do-
I think you're
crime
being
you do the time.
disingenuous on Eddie's show.
No,
I think that's what it
well,
comes down to.
No, I wasn't at all. I wasn't at all.
We're going to open up the Triple M IGA Liquor Open line right now.
Probably a little
1-3-3-5-3. You can cross-examine the Spud farmer.
Oh, you get a life.
Find out where he's at.
He's like a dag in a sheep's ass, dagging me
I've
around.
got some $100 vouchers
Get
to
a
give
life.
away. You can speak to Damien Barrett.
What Scarlett did was regulated, and he got the 3 weeks. He got his right whack, and the niggling behind play. Yeah, look, you can get away with certain parts of it, but once you transgress with the video now, you're done, basically. So Maddie could have got the same point across to Ballantyne with a little bit of a wrestle and a little bit of lip service without the frustration, because that half a second of feeling good about himself has really let not only himself down but the team down, Dust.
You got any regrets about punching me in the back of the head, Spud? Just a skinny little South Australian trying to make his way in his first game. Chris Grant got knocked out, I think, by Spud. I like to come on, and one of my idols, and he just clubbed me.
Yeah,
4 or
I-
5 times. Do you have any moments where you regret
Yeah,
that,
I had a regret. You got up.
Haven't heard an
Do you
apology.
expect any sympathy
No.
whatsoever, Jig?
No, not at all.
If you look at the back of my head, there's a perfect 4-knuckle imprint which matches Spud's big, meaty hands perfectly. He is a born clubber. That's what he does, mate.
Well, it's so bizarre to hear him talking on EMT. Just can.
The unfortunate part about you, Das, was your first game and you're a spindly little fella. I was playing on, the cheap, the size of him, and I had to give the big sledgehammer the best one of all time. And of course, not much would move on the Chief because he basically hasn't got a neck to start. And of course, I'd give you the same force.
Nearly snapped my head right off my shoulders. It did, Chief. The thing, the ball wasn't anywhere in the vicinity. That
It doesn't
was
have to be.
disturbing.
No, it doesn't have to be.